Hello, everyone. It's Gabe, and I want to talk about reading today. Why do I want to talk about reading? Because I began my reading journey. And what does that mean? Why am I calling it a journey? Because it is a journey. Little context, I do not read. I don't even remember the last time I read a full book. In high school, I just did SparkNote and everything. I didn't care. I didn't care about reading. I wanted to change that because I wanted to get off my phone. I do love video games, but I wanted to get, I want a little bit of balance. I want to play games for 10 hours straight. I wanted to expand my mind. And I wanted to start reading. My girlfriend, the same little context for her, she was a big reader, but she hasn't read a lot recently. But she has a bookshelf in her room with a bunch of books. We both just wanted to do something together. We went into Barnes and Noble. I walked in and I came across this book, Red Rising. It's really pretty. I like the red. Name is easy enough. Red Rising. Anyways, and I read it. I read it entirely. I read this book. I couldn't put it down. I really enjoyed this book. I really enjoyed reading this book. As someone who never thought they could get into reading, I have fallen in love with reading. Pierce Brown, you made me fall in love with reading. I know I'm probably going to read authors that are great. I don't know, I'm not going to say better, but I'm probably going to read other series that are great, other things, but this is the first. So you will always have a place in my heart, Pierce Brown, because you were the first series that I started and I really enjoyed. I'm not going to rate it 1 through 10. I'm not going to rate it 1 out of 5 stars. If I read a book and I think it's 4 out of 10, like why the hell did I just read that book? Like I just spent 400 pages reading a 4 out of 10 book? No, that's not going to happen. If I pick up a book and I think it's 4 out of 10, I'm not going to finish that book. So that's my thinking, right? This book, I'm not going to rate it, but I really enjoyed it and I finished it all the way through. I recommend everyone to go read it. There is a society in the future that has left Earth, sorry. Humans left Earth and they wanted to, land on other planets and live on other planets, right? That's the dream is here on Earth in our reality. But they left Earth, they went to Moon first. And the Moon, they became the hub of space. And the people on the Moon, they became like superhuman. People who were growing up, their bones became stronger. They got taller. Humans on the Moon became superior than the humans on the Earth. And as we've seen in history, revolutions happen, and they wanted to get rid of the power that Earth had on them on the Moon. So they revolted and they fought the Earth. The people on the Moon became the leaders of the world. And with that, they set up a society. And the people on the Moon were, genetically different, and they were gold. So they were at the top, golds. So golds are at the top. And there's a whole hierarchy of colors. So gold's at the top, and every color has a job. Yellows are like doctors, blues are pilots, greens are like tech, grays are soldiers, obsidians are soldiers, pinks are like prostitutes that are made for pleasure and they're also house servants. And reds are at the very bottom, and the reds they are on Mars. Mine on Mars underground, and they're mining for this. They're mining for this gas called helium-3, and helium-3 allows society to terraform planets so they could live on the planet, building an atmosphere. I don't know, whatever the space jargon is. So they could live on Mars and they could live on Venus and be okay, right? So this gas helps them, and that's what the reds at the bottom are doing. They're mining for this gas. There's this character named Darrow. He's a red. The way of Red Rising is how a red can. What are they gonna do about the society? And if they want a revolution, right? They want to break down the society. It's the dream of Darrow, right? And I'm not gonna get into spoilers. It's spoiler free. There's in chapter 4. There's a huge twist. And chapter 6 is another huge twist. So I really appreciate Pierce Brown for dropping these bombs on us in the first 6 chapters, because it really oh my god, every time I read it I'm like, oh my god, no way this is happening, oh my god, no way this is happening. This world is really dark, really really dark. In the first page, it hooked me because there's a line that goes, on Mars there's not much gravity, so you have to pull the feet to break the neck. They let the loved ones do it. That just drew me in right into the world. What a dark, tragic thing to do. When they hang a prisoner or they hang a slave, the gravity is not that strong like on Earth. So you have to pull the feet to break the neck so they don't sit there suffering. If no one is pulling your feet, then you're just going to sit there. So they let the loved ones pull the feet so there's no suffering. That's a sentence in the first page, so that got me going. It goes through this whole, journey in the first book. And I want you to go into this knowing nothing. This book is very different from 2 and 3 and 4, 5, 6. This book is the only one that's a little bit contained. The story is a little bit contained, and it's not as expanded as the other books. That's basically all I want to say. I don't want to get into it. I want you to go into it blind. I want you to just enjoy the book as much as I enjoyed the book. And I don't know if you're a veteran reader and you've read all these amazing authors and amazing books. I don't know what level of writing skill this is, because I don't know. This gripped me. These characters were alive. Darrow has an internal, story. He's not black and white. He's a morally gray character. He goes through a lot. I think Pierce Brown writes him really well. I think Darrow is really amazing in this, and it's a first-person POV. All the characters feel so alive. The action is so alive. It's so vivid. I could picture it in my head. I can't wait till they make this into a series because this would be so cool seeing it on the big screen. I recommend this book to anyone. If you wanted to get off your phone, if you wanted to experience a sci-fi epic, read this, and you're gonna love it. It is dark, so be wary. It's sad. It's emotional. A lot happens. I recommend this to everyone. I love this book. You should go read it. And I have read all. I have read all three of them. The first trilogy. I'm gonna take a break, but I'm gonna review every single book, and then I'll probably do spoiler talks for every single book. I just want to make videos. I just want to get back onto YouTube and be creative. And this has really. I'm in love with reading, and I just want to talk about it really. So yeah, go read this. Anyways, I'm out.